What's up, guys? Welcome to Sony Simplified, the show that gives you simple tips and tricks on how to get the most out of your Sony products. I'm your host, Craig from Sony, and as always, I do all the hard work so you don't have to. All right, today it's all about the Bravia Theater U, and more specifically, what is it, how do you use it, and how does it connect to your life? So really today is going to be all about how do you get the most out of your Bravia Theater U? All right, guys. So as always, before we start this out, I want to make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. This is the Sony Connect channel, so we want to connect with you guys. So if you have any topics you want us to discuss in the future, drop that in the chat. And speaking of chat, we are live. So drop your questions, drop your comments into the chat. I'll do my best to answer them. If I don't have an answer for you, I will do my best to find that answer for you and get back to you if I can. But yeah, let's have some fun today. Let's talk about Theater U. Let's talk about theater stuff. And I'm going to start with a question for you guys and drop in the comments or the chat. If you already have the Theater U, let me know that you guys have it already. If you want the Theater U, let me know that you want to get it. And what do you use it for? Are you listening to music? Do you watch movies with it? TV shows? Are you gaming with it? What are you using your Theater U for? So as we get started here, I want to talk about this really cool piece of equipment here. Now, I always do the fun facts, and I don't really have a fun fact today about this, but why do you think we call this the Theater U? Anyone? I kind of think it's because it looks like a U, but that's just me. That's not a Sony quote. But realistically, what is the Theater U? You might see the box at the store, right? You might see it say the Bravia Theater U before you buy it. But after you buy it, it really becomes the Bravia Theater Me, right? Because this thing is actually a personal, portable surround sound system. And it's really, really cool. So today we're going to talk about some cool things with it. I want to do some reminders for those of you that may have it, that forgot some stuff, and even those people that maybe don't have it yet. I want to talk about a couple of cool specs. Obviously, it's a neck band style speaker. So it does have a very comfortable bendy option that fits most people's neck. It does have a 12-hour battery life. Are doing a lot of movies. It's pretty good for almost a day worth of movies. But if you're like me, and I always kind of talk about this on these shows, is I always forget to charge everything. This also does still have a quick charge feature. About 10 minutes will get you about an hour of playback. So let's talk a little bit about some of the things that this has. And real quick, I'm going to touch on some of the buttons that are on this so we are all on the same page as I go over some of the features we use these for. So obviously on the right side, you are going to see the charging port, which is USB-C. You're also going to have a power button and a microphone mute button on it. And then on your left side, you have your volume minus. In the middle, you have a play pause button, or you can take calls with that. And then you have your volume plus on it as well. So the benefit to this is it's super comfortable. And obviously we want our own, all the time, we want our own personalized kind of surround system. And before this existed really, all you could actually do was really wear like headphones to try and simulate that. But headphones are really kind of clunky and they weigh down your head. Wearing them too long can give you ear fatigue, things like that. So this is a very comfortable, easy way to experience your immersive theater sound. And one of the benefits too is I can be immersed in my movie or TV show or anything I'm listening to it on, but I can also hear things around me. So if someone's talking to me, I'm not just like in my own world. I can still be part of everyone else's world, but just kind of in my own audio setup and stuff. So very cool for this. So I want to keep that in mind. These are awesome. I love them. And they are a game changer. I've seen some comments already though, but before I jump into that, let's answer some questions. Yeah, Michael Beckerman has said this before. I've seen this before, man. You are right. It is a game changer, kind of like what I said. I love it. Thanks for everyone coming on here right now. How waterproof is the Theater U? Michael Beckerman, another question here. And it is IPX4 rated. So it's really only splash resistant. So you don't want to get it you don't want to drop it in water or anything like that, but you can, get some splashes on it and stuff. Using it outside in the rain is a safety, will it hurt? It's, like I said, IPX4, so if it gets a little splashes on it, it's probably fine. I probably wouldn't use them in a downpour, so be careful with that. And we got Heaven Aliyah. Hey, what's up? How are you? All right, here we go. Let's get into it. And I'm sure part of what you guys are here for is this section, which is how do I use it, right? So obviously we have our home theater setup. We want to use it as a personalized home theater surround system. So I'm going to walk you through how to connect these to your Sony Bravia TV, all right? So there's a couple things we're going to talk about here, which is first and foremost, so if you can see, and I'll try and get this set up here. So if you can see my finger here, this is the power button. So if we actually long press the power button, you'll hear it's turned on. You want to keep holding it. And the second chime will go into pairing mode. So once we're in pairing mode and it says Bluetooth pairing, we're good to go to our TV. And so here we're going to grab our remote, our Sony remote, and we're going to click on the home button, and we want to get to the home screen. And we're going to go to the top, and for you guys, it's the right side. For me, it's the left. So up in the left side of the screen, you're going to go to the cog wheel, and it's going to say All Settings. Once you click on All Settings, there'll be a drop-down menu, and you're going to scroll down until you see Remote and Accessories. So you're going to click on Remotes and Accessories, and it's going to pop, another screen will pop up, and you can go over to that side, and you're going to see, it'll say Pair Accessory. So you want to click on Pair Accessory, and it's going to go into a searching mode. And it might take a minute or so don't freak out about it. But once it finally finds it, you're going to click on the Bravia Theater U that pops up on there, and you're going to go ahead and pair the accessory pretty simply right through there. Now, once you actually pair the device to your TV, there'll be a couple things you can set up there. Obviously, we've got the spatial sound personalizer option that you can do to really give you some immersive audio with your Bravia Theater U. And then also, one of the things I want to point out is when you connect to your TV, now your Bravia Theater U can become your volume control. So the actual controls on the neckband speaker can actually, you can turn the volume up, turn the volume down, which comes in handy because if I left the remote on a different couch, a different table, anything like that, I'm kind of lazy. So I kind of just want to handle everything myself right through the neckband. So I can do that, right? But if I do have the remote, I would also be able to control the volume on the speaker via the remote as well. So that's a really cool feature that you get with the Sony TV and the Sony Bravia Theater U. Now, if you happen to have a new Bravia 7, 8, 9, or the A95L, another cool feature you got there is you can actually use the TV audio or the soundbar connected to that TV audio as well as the Bravia Theater U. So either the TV or our soundbar will be able to play with the Theater Bravia or Bravia Theater U, and you can get both the sound there. So if someone you're with still wants to have some audio, but you want your own personalized audio that you can customize, you can do that, again, with the Bravia 7, 8, 9, or the A95L. So that is a very cool feature, too, that I want you guys to know about. Now, before we get too far into the weeds with this, I do want to bring up that if you don't have a Sony Bravia TV, first of all, I am silently judging you for that. So you might want to get that. But if you have a different brand TV and you still want to use these, it still can work for you. You just need to make sure that your TV has a Bluetooth transmission feature. I know a lot of people, not a lot of TVs do have Bluetooth. However, some of them just have Bluetooth receive where they're actually, you could send like a smartphone or something, content to your TV. You need to have a TV that can transmit the audio as well. So as long as your TV, your other TV has that, you can go ahead and follow similar settings, right? To where you can actually then, you'll put in the Bluetooth pairing mode. You'll go through your device settings, your TV settings, try to find the Bluetooth settings and connect it that way. So it's a way you can still use it with your TV if it's not Sony. However, some features don't really, continue to work. So you won't get that, the spatial sound personalization. Potentially, I can't confirm or deny whether or not your volume controls will work from the neckband with it, but you will still get audio through there as well. So if you do want to use it with another TV, you can do that too. All right. So the last thing with the TV I want to talk about real quick before we jump into something else is other things you may use your TV for is gaming. And another reason you might want to buy these is because of gaming, right? So we know that Bluetooth and gaming, the idea is you want to have low input lag when it comes to gaming, right? We get that. And also we know that Bluetooth can cause the input lag to not be as good when you're gaming. So Sony has you there too, right? So one of the things I'm going to show you is in the box, you actually have a little dongle. It's a USB-C dongle. I'm trying to get the focus on that. Yeah, there you go. So USB-C dongle. And we actually also supply you with a 3.5 millimeter cable. So all you're going to really do is connect your 3.5 millimeter cable to your dongle. And then you're going to take your headset and you're going to open up your charging port door, which is USB-C, and this is a USB-C adapter. You're going to plug this right in, just like so. And you're going to connect your other side. We'll connect right into the gaming remote or the controller, right? And it'll give you latency-free or low latency audio. Won't increase your input lag. And it works really good with PlayStation. The Tempest 3D audio, it really gives you more immersive audio when you're playing your PlayStation games with it. So that's another thing that we've done to really help you guys out with your gaming side. The other thing too I want to mention with that port is if you have other devices that do not have Bluetooth, this is a way that you can connect to maybe older devices that you might have that don't do Bluetooth, but you still want to listen with the Theater U speaker. You can use that as well to input into a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. So that's pretty cool too. All right, that's what I got for TV stuff. If there's any questions on the TV side of things, connecting to your TV, throw that in the chat. Let me check out what you guys got here. All right, Michael's got some questions. This is a battery operated device. Could the battery be replaced one day if it ever wears out? Can that be done? I feel like you've asked me this before on headphones. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one. I'm not 100% sure, maybe. That's not something you're probably gonna do on your own though, but we'll get back to you on that. And does this Theater U support the new AutoCast or AuroraCast functionality? I'll also look at that too. I'm not too sure off the top of my head, but we'll find out for you. Good questions though, really good questions. All right, second thing I'm gonna cover with the Bravia Theater U is maybe you don't wanna watch, or you do wanna watch the theater stuff, but maybe you also wanna use it elsewhere, listen to music on your phone, etc. Let's talk about how we can connect it to our mobile device, right? A phone, a tablet, maybe your computer if you want. So let's get into that too. That is very simple, a very simple process. So you're gonna take your device, and like I've mentioned before, we're gonna put it into Bluetooth pairing mode. So we're gonna let it turn on real quick. We're gonna hear the power on sound. Then we're going to Bluetooth pairing mode. And then once we're in pairing mode, we're going to go to our device. Now, I happen to have my iOS and Android device, and it's about the same for both of them, but maybe slightly different wording. So on my Android device, you're going to click settings. Same thing, you're going to go into settings on your iOS device. And once you're in the settings, you're going to go to, on the Android device, you're going to go to device connection. On the iOS device, it's called Bluetooth, right? So both of those are gonna be your Bluetooth settings. You're gonna click on device connection, and you're gonna find that you'll see the Bravia Theater U will pop up by the name, and you will connect it that way. It's super simple. It should be pretty straightforward. You connect the device. You can actually rename the device to your own. Mine says Craig's Bravia Theater U. So that's pretty cool. But it's very simple, and once you do that, there's a number of things you can do once you're connected to your device, right? A lot of people may use this for music, which you can. If you're big on like social media platforms, you can watch your social media videos. If you watch YouTube a lot, you can watch YouTube videos. Like I said, music. It does have a play pause button. Like I said, near the volume up, volume down buttons. In between, there's a play pause button. You can do that. Another thing though that a lot of people don't really know you can do with these is make phone calls and take phone calls. So let's say I'm listening to music and I get a phone call while I'm listening to this. All I have to do is hit that play pause button, or it's, receive call button. I click on that and I can take the call that just came into me. And a big thing with that is people forget that Sony's got the precise voice pickup technology on this. So it's actually really clear for voice. So if you're in a loud room, an office building, maybe you're at the beach, or maybe you're at a swimming pool on vacation and you're taking calls, it's going to pick you up a lot clearer than you think. So you're going to have a really clear dialogue when you're talking on these, which is really cool. A really cool feature these have. And I just want to remind you guys of that. But at the end of the day too, you have buttons on here. So if you're taking, say, conference calls, right, for work, maybe you're in the office taking conference calls, at home taking conference calls, and you just want to listen, but you don't want to talk, you do have a microphone. You have a mute button right here. So all you got to do is click the mute button, and you can listen to your call, but you don't have to worry about them hearing your voice or anything like that. So that's a really cool feature that a lot of people don't know. So you can use your phone with it as well. All right, any questions on any of those devices? Let's check it out real quick. Oh, wow, we got some new questions. So Joey B, tried them at the road show, loved them, finally got them, loving them. Dude, right there. It's perfect. That's everyone's story I've heard so far is how much they love them just from trying them one time. So that's awesome. Patrick, please tell me why Sony stopped using the 3.5 millimeter jack audio on Bravia TV. Thanks. You know, do I have an answer for you on that one? I don't know why we did. I'm sure there's a really good reason for it. Maybe, and I can only suspect that maybe because a lot of devices now don't really require it anymore. But I feel your pain on that. I know we do use a 3.5 jack for our center channel sync features on there. But I get your pain. I understand that. I'll take that feedback though. I'll send that feedback up, and obviously they can look at that and see that. So thank you for that as well. All right. Last thing I want to go over real quick with the Bravia Theater U. And it's a really cool feature, but you can actually use these with a partner. You can buy two of these together. The cool thing about that is if you're with, you know, a partner, a friend, a roommate, a family member that wants to enjoy immersive sound with you, but maybe you're in like a small apartment, maybe you have a new baby that's sleeping in another room, or someone else that you don't want to disturb, but you both want to have really immersive audio, you can actually take two of these and pair them together. And I know we don't have a video specifically on the pairing process, so this may actually be the very, very first pairing process video. All right, so I'm going to try and do this as best I can. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the initial unit you want, and let's say we want to pair it to our TV. So I'm going to put it in pairing mode. All right, hold the button a little longer, put it in pairing. All right, so I'm in pairing mode, and I don't have a TV to do it on, but I'm going to use my phone, and I'm going to connect it that way. And bear with me because I have so many devices going on right now. It's insane. All right, so I'm pairing my device. All right, one is paired. So once I pair that device, all I have to do is hold that, and I know we've talked about it before, but there is that speaker or the microphone mute button. All I'm going to do is actually hold that down, and it's going to start flashing at two lights, right? You see that? I'm going to grab my other device, turn it on first of all. All right, and I'm going to hold the second devices, right? And now you see it's flashing two lights. And boom, you just heard the chime, and now they are both connected to each other. So I can watch my TV, and we're both having the experience together. Essentially, both of these are also separately controlled. So I can have the volume at a certain volume that I'm happy with, and my partner or anyone else I'm with can have their volume the way they like it too. So it's a way to get really customizable sound for each person, but you both are sharing the same exact experience because you're both hearing the same content. And it works for your phone too. Like I said, I'm connected to my phone. So if I wanted to watch, I don't know, YouTube videos with someone, we could both experience the same thing that way as well. So it's really cool. It's a really awesome way to experience sound in a very personal level. And I think it's something that a lot of people would love if they could, if they knew more about this product as well. So thank you guys for being here today to talk about it. Let's take some more questions because that's kind of all I have to talk about for these, the ways you set them up. If you guys have any questions, again, on pairing it to the TV, to your device, or together, you can drop those in the chat right now. We'll kind of keep an eye on that for a minute. Let's see. Okay, Michael Beckerman again. Is there one mic on the Theater U, or are there two, one on each side? I don't actually know off the top of my head how many mics are on there. I should have known that, but you caught me. I'll get that answer for you as well. All right, and then Patrick, I was trying to replace the KDL 50X89J today. That's why I'm asking. I got you. Yeah. I'm not really sure what the X89J is. I think that maybe it's a typo, 50X80J. I'm assuming, but I get you. Yeah, I understand the whole thing with the 3.5 millimeter jack. It is important to some people. Like I said, it's great feedback. All right, guys. So a couple more things. Actually, one more thing before I cut you guys loose. Like I said, it was a quick video to get you guys kind of on the way to experiencing a better performance with your theater use. The final thing I want to talk about is topics. So it's very important to us, obviously at the Sony Connect channel, to connect with you guys. And I've mentioned that before in these videos, but we really want, there's a ton of topics that we can go over, but we really want to find the topics that really resonate with you guys. So I'm going to give you guys 3 topics, and I want you to actually put in the chat which number ones you actually want to hear from us in the future. All right, so topic number 1, okay? So the topic would be on how to connect Sony headphones to a TV. So number 1 is how to connect Sony headphones to a TV. So if you want to drop in the chat or comments in the future here, number 1, we'll know that that is the topic you want. Number 2 would be, do you want to see a deep dive into the Sony Sound Connect app? So 2 is a deep dive into the Sony Sound Connect app. You can throw that in the chat or into the comments in the future so we can see that, but that will let us know that you're interested in that one. And then topic number 3 would be how to set up spatial sound personalizer. So how to set up spatial sound personalizer, number 3. Again, drop that into the chat, and that'd be a future topic that obviously we know that you want to discuss. Now, if there's anything else that you want us to cover, again, throw that in the chat, into the comments, and it's something that we might take into consideration. I know it seems kind of easy to come up with topics, but just know there's a lot of topics we could cover, but we really want to make sure we're getting you the right topics that you guys are interested in hearing. So again, you can take a look at those 3 topics, toss them to the chat or the comments after this live has ended. If there's anything that resonates with you, throw the number in there and we'll know that is something that you want to see in the future. All right, so I'm going to check question one last time before I cut you loose. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Is it Ico CK maybe? So you have a question, if you could help you out. Okay, let's try this. I have an A80L and I found out that it doesn't have 3D sound support through Bluetooth. And I can't use 3D spatial audio with my WFXM5s. So you have an A80L, okay, TV. Can't use through Bluetooth. So I'll double check, but I think there's a device that you can get to use some of this stuff. I'm gonna look into that, and I'll actually, if you can throw that into the comments, and I'll comment back with that. But I think there's a device you can actually add to older TVs to get some of these features with like headphones and things like that. So I'm marking that as a come back to you question on that for sure. And then last question would be Michael Beckerman again. I would love to see general brainstorming live show where people could submit and kick around ideas for future Sony products. Okay, that's interesting. Interesting thought for sure. I could see that potentially, maybe in the new year. Maybe it might be something interesting to see. I'll get with some of the guys and hear what they have to say about that. I do like what you're thinking there, though, and I do like that the interaction there. Please keep coming with those ideas because we do need ideas like that. So I'll throw that in there as well. But I think that's it. I don't really see a ton of questions coming in. Like I said, for those people that I couldn't answer fully the question right now, I will definitely get back to you guys on that. Again, please make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. Again, throw your comments and chat questions into the chat or comments, and I'll get back to those when I can. It's Thanksgiving in 2 days, guys. I can't believe it. It feels like it was just summer 2 days ago, but I want to wish you guys all a happy Thanksgiving. And like I said, that's it for me. Until next time, guys, I am Craig from Sony, and I'll catch you on the flip side here at Sony Simplified.